If you're interested in learning more about charming Cambria neighborhoods, you're in the right spot. This is part 2 of a 3-part series that I've created for Cambria, California, and it's basically a detailed neighborhood view, a driving tour. And in this video, we're going to take a look at East Village, West Village, so basically downtown Cambria, and the neighborhood that kind of surrounds that area. So you get a glimpse of downtown as well as those homes that are nearby. And then we're going to head to neighborhoods like Pine Knolls and Happy Hill, and then the estates around that area as well. So if you're interested in learning more about Cambria neighborhoods, you're in the right place. And my name is Denise Dresbach. I am a licensed real estate agent here in California. I'm located in Morro Bay, just a few miles south of Cambria. So part 1 included the neighborhoods close to the ocean, on the ocean side of Highway 1. So if you missed that one, you can check it out, but it was Lodge Hill, Marine Terrace, Top of the World, and a little bit of Fiscalini Ranch, just kind of the view of Fiscalini Ranch, because those neighborhoods are very close to it. And so check that video out if you haven't. And then also I have another video that I did earlier on that's a high level neighborhood map tour. And that gives you that high level of all the Cambria neighborhoods, of the 10 or so neighborhoods that are there. And you can see that on the map and some fun images, and kind of talk about all the things there. So there's some other videos to check out if you want to see those as well. But if you're here for Happy Hill, the villages in Cambria, or Pine Knolls and that kind of thing, then let's get started right now. All right, so let's get started right here in the East Village. So if you were watching part 1, we ended on Burton Drive, heading down the hill into East Village. This is where we're at. So this is Burton Drive. There are restaurants, galleries, shopping, inns, all kinds of things within this area. And you do get that charming feel when you're heading around and looking at all the shops and that kind of thing like that. So no big box stores. There's no Albertsons or Home Depot or anything like that in Cambria. So if you're looking for groceries or something like that, then you're definitely going to have some options. So the options that you have for groceries are going to be places like Cookie Crock Market. There's Soto's True Earth Market. There's a general store, Lynn's Gourmet Foods. You can find some goodies there, which, she also has those pies and delicious food. And then there's some other places as well, the Pit Stop, Old Cambria Marketplace. And then you're also going to be able to take a look at the Farmers Market, which is on Friday. And so, you have options. And then if you need more stuff that you might want to find at a bigger box store, then you're going to head into places like Morro Bay, San Luis Obispo, Paso, and then you can find, grocery stores like Albertsons and that kind of thing, Home Depot, Costco, and all that. If you're going to go head to SLO for Costco or Home Depot, then you definitely are going to probably have, just under an hour drive. So keep that in mind. And, a lot of people just tack things onto each other. Like, well, I'm heading into SLO on Wednesday. I got to go to Home Depot. I got to go to Costco, get all your errands done. Maybe go to Morro Bay and check out the wildlife or the scenery, take a walk, whatever you like, just make a day of it. So here in the East Village, you can see there's the ranch where you can do horseback riding. Then there's, like I said, lots of restaurants and shops, antique shops, galleries, all kinds of fun stuff to do. And maybe even, hit up East Village one day, West Village another. If you're trying to maybe if you're taking a trip, maybe you're going to do some house hunting and you want to experience the downtown area. It is a very long strip and cut into two, or it's broken off into two, east and west. So this is East Village heading towards West Village. So West Village, again, same sort of line of things. You're going to have the shops and the galleries and just an unlimited amount of things to check out and have a lot of fun during your time in Cambria. So if you live here, or if you have a second home here, there's always something to do, whether it be nature or, shopping, both very fun things to do. And so we're going to head towards West Village now. You've got some inns, and some homes are located on this main street. And but there's not a whole lot of them, but occasionally they do come up for sale. So if you want to be close to the action, these are good homes to check out. Keep an eye on the map. There's also some mobile home, manufactured home parks to the left here, past the Cambria Vet. So on the left here, these are some newer manufactured homes. In fact, there are a set of newer ones that were built post-COVID. There were some that were built pre-COVID. Probably shouldn't talk about COVID, but hey, we all know about it, right? So this one here is that park that I'm talking about. So they have a lot of nice homes here, very quiet, nice views off of the back here down towards the creek, but you're propped up on the hill. And then close proximity to East Village as well as West Village. So if you live here or you have a second home here, you can always walk down to the street there and do some shopping, or hit up the restaurants and that kind of thing. And there is a vet, a Cambria Vet here. So if you have dogs, cats, etc., you have a place where you can take them to do their regular care and that kind of thing. And I hear nothing but great things about that vet. There's also mobile vets in the area as well. So on the right-hand side, you're going to find Cookie Crock. That's one of the main markets in town. So if you have grocery shopping that you need to do, that would be a spot to check that out. So you just go right here and up the hill, and it's that building right there on the right-hand side. And we'll go check that out right now. I went in and stopped in and grabbed a sandwich while I was filming the areas, and enjoyed that down in the West Village, although there's so many restaurants to stop at. I don't know why I chose to pick something here. I just want something fast so I can get back to filming. Nice little grocery store. Okay, so now we're heading back onto the main street towards West Village. So your ocean is on the left. Highway 1 is on the left, and we're just driving through Main Street from the east to the west. And on your right-hand side, you're going to see the Knolls Estates. We'll go check that out in a little bit. That's a really lovely neighborhood up there on the hill. And now we are starting to get into some of the West Village area. This is where the farmers market is. There's some restaurants, a library, there's a community center. People come here a lot to do pickleball and that kind of thing. So there are a lot of fun activities that are always going on in the area. Okay, so now we are in West Village. More charming shops for you. Coffee shops, galleries, antiques, shopping, ice cream, burgers, sandwiches, all that yummy stuff. So you have so much to choose from. And then when you're done, go walk around and check out all the cool stuff in all the shops. There's a nice gallery here that's a local art gallery. So everything in that gallery is made locally. So that's really cool. I love that shop. It's fun to check out. And then back here behind this area, this is one of the little neighborhoods that I call the downtown. I don't know what the official name is, but it's basically over by Happy Hill and then the West Village. So on the left-hand side, you'll see there's some homes up on this hill, and then back in this area too. So this is kind of where Happy Hill and Pine Knolls meet, right here in this area. So a nice little spot if you want to be close to restaurants and wine tasting. We just passed wine tasting. There's some public restrooms there, and more food, pizza, mimosas is a nice place to eat, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Okay, so now we're heading towards the end of West Village, and what you're going to find at the end of West Village is this gas station. And this one, I don't know if you've seen my past videos. I do weekly videos, and I mentioned one time, I think it was in a pros and cons, the sign here that they have out just cracks me up. The cleanest restrooms anywhere. Have you ever been in those restrooms, and are they clean? I'd love to hear it. So on the right here, this is where they do a big field of scarecrow during like fall season. That's really fun to look at. And then to your left is going to be the Highway 1 and then access to Moonstone Beach Drive. And if you go straight, that's where we're going to go to check out Happy Hill. So I turned around and we're going to head towards the Pine Knolls neighborhood. So Pine Knolls Estates. And this neighborhood has a lot of nice homes up on the hill here to the left-hand side. So if you're curious about home prices in this neighborhood or any of the neighborhoods in this video, take a guess in the comments. I'd love to see what you think. If you want to learn more, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to share the latest market data. And I do weekly videos, I do market videos, I do tour videos, and then videos like this. So Central Coast of California neighborhoods and things to do in areas like that. So you can learn more about where your new home is going to be. So check that out. But I'd love to hear what you think in the comments about prices. So as we go up towards Pine Knolls Estates, you're climbing, and you're climbing pretty fast here. So I'm in my van and just climbing, chug along. Some of these homes on the left-hand side are perched on the hill, and this is a very, very steep hill. So they've got some pretty fantastic views of the town and the ocean. They're doing some tree work when I drove around here. But I drive a ginormous van, and I'm able to get through all these streets pretty easily. So here we are in Pine Knolls. A lot of these homes here on this side especially are going to have some pretty fantastic views. The ocean is to the right off in the distance, but you're also going to have a lot of tree views. You might even have some mountain views. So the homes in this area, you're going to see they are larger homes, larger lots, and we don't have as many trees, especially in this area. You just have your regular landscaping trees, and so you're going to have a little bit more space between you and the neighbor because you do have more space on your lot. But it is kind of like one of those regular neighborhoods. Not a lot of people parked out on the street, so you've got plenty of parking on your own property. Nice big driveways. That's really nice. Where I live in Morro Bay, we have a single lane driveway basically, and so that can be kind of a pain in the rear sometimes. So I'm always jealous to see people with their huge driveways and garages. So Pine Knolls, definitely a lovely neighborhood, sought after. There's some homes that are for sale right now. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you think, how much these homes go for up here in Pine Knolls. So we're going to drive through Pine Knolls a little bit, and then we'll hit up Happy Hill and some of the more rural areas. There on the right-hand side, you're going to see Nitwit Ridge. This is a home that was built out of basically used items. And I don't know if you've ever toured it. I'd love to hear what you think of it in the comments. It's a really interesting place. The first time I drove by, I was like, what the heck is that? But it's a historical place. And then now we're back down into the West Village. So you can get to Happy Hill from here as well. And we're going to go on the main street and just go straight up to Happy Hill that way. So Happy Hill is a really, really nice neighborhood. Again, we've got a mix of, Pine Knolls has those larger size homes, but in Happy Hills, I think, you tend to see a mix of large and small, and I feel like there might be a lot more of those original smaller homes that are in here as well. So I always love seeing those mostly, but beautiful homes all around. It is a hill, so you are going to climb. It's very close to West Village. And there is kind of a side path down that hill that we just drove up. So if you are a big walker, then you've got a nice walk into town. Otherwise, we're talking about those golf carts or electric bicycles. This would be a great neighborhood for those if you don't want to take the car. And so really a lot of these up here on this hill are going to have, again, a mix. Some of these are going to have distant ocean views. Some of them are just going to be just kind of in their own neighborhood views. And then as you get back towards the open space over here, there's a lot more trees that are going to be in the mix as you climb up into this area. Each of these neighborhoods do have vacation rentals. So if you're familiar with Cambria and you're thinking, I want a second home, I want or I want to move there, or I want to find a home in Cambria, I would suggest, especially when you're house hunting, to pick out, vacation rentals. It does take a while to find a home usually, right? So maybe pick out vacation rentals each time you visit, and pick a different neighborhood each time. And because, what's a better way to get a feel for a neighborhood other than actually staying in it? So, maybe a 2 or 3 nighter, and you could get one in Happy Hill, you could get one in Lodge Hill, each one of the neighborhoods that you can. And then you have that perfect feel for, is this where I want this home? Maybe you already know all about these houses or these neighborhoods, and so you don't need to. But I find it's a lot of fun. When we moved to Morro Bay, we were able to stay in some of the inns, and we picked a lot of places that were close to the water, of course. But thinking back, it's like, it'd have been a really good idea to just rent a vacation home that's in the neighborhoods and try it that way, so you know exactly what it's like. So next time. Now, I've stayed in quite a few places in Cambria, and so I'm starting to, take note on which neighborhood's my favorite. And if you have a favorite neighborhood, I'd love to hear about it. So when we get into the rural area, that's when you get back on Highway 1, and actually you can get from Happy Hill to that area as well. But we're going to take the Highway 1 route, and that's where you go up Cambria Pines Road. So you're driving on Highway 1 towards San Simeon, and this location, well, we'll talk about it. Let's continue our drive in Happy Hill. So some of these homes, depending on where they're located on the hill, you're going to get ocean views. It's distant ocean views, and I can imagine that the sunsets are going to be pretty incredible. If you're perched up on Happy Hill, you're going to be happy with your sunset view. A lot of good, a lot of nice, charming homes. Charming is being overused in this video, I think, but it really does explain a lot of these homes. So now we're leaving Happy Hill, woohoo, but this is going to be happy too. So if we were to go straight forward, we would get ourselves onto Moonstone Beach Drive. So really nice if you live in this neighborhood, you can pop to Moonstone Beach Drive very quickly. This is Highway 1, so you would think that's kind of scary to cross, but as you can see, not a lot of action out here. So if you do live in Happy Hill and you want to get to Moonstone Beach Drive to take a walk on the boardwalk and all that kind of stuff, check out the beach, then it's pretty safe to say that you're not going to have a lot of traffic, at least in 2025. So now we're going towards San Simeon, and on the left is the ocean, and we're going to take a right on Cambria Pines Road and drive into this rural area, and you can check out all of these lovely, lovely homes. The thing about this neighborhood is you feel like you're far, far away from everything, yet you could see how close it is from downtown Cambria and the beach. You're just a couple of minutes drive away. But you're out here in this rural area, and a lot of the homes in this neighborhood are very nice estates. They're large, large lots. Some of them have acreage. They're huge homes that, you're going to have a lot of space. Some of these homes they even have separate guest homes and that kind of thing. And what you'll notice as we drive through this neighborhood is you're not going to see too many homes because they have so much space. They, have a nice long driveway. They have a nice front yard that keeps you from the street to your house. And so nice large lots. When I was driving on this street to film this, I don't think I got it on camera, but I saw this dog chasing a deer. Couldn't quite figure out what it all was going on because it was way up ahead, but then figured it out as I got closer. It's like, darn, I wish I got that on film. But the deer got away. I mean, I don't know why the dog was off leash, but another one of the streets, you don't see a ton of people parking on the street because, again, you have these huge driveways, even bigger than the Pine Knolls and the other areas. You have homes with 3-4 car garages, beautiful landscaping, and you just feel like you're, out in the middle of nowhere, yet you're just a few minutes to town. The first time I toured a home in this neighborhood, I felt like I was in like the Sopranos home. There's just something about it. It was a large home. It had a big lot, and I could see a deer running across the backyard. I was like, oh, I'm in the Sopranos. Squirrels, deer, turkey. So I'll let you enjoy this drive through the rural area here. And if you have any questions about homes for sale in this area or any of the neighborhoods that we're talking about, feel free to comment or send me a text, send me an email, give me a call. I'm happy to help. So again, this is part 2 of 3-part series driving tour in Cambria neighborhoods. For the third part, we are going to head back towards the ocean. So we're going to look at Moonstone Beach Drive. We're going to check out Leffingwell Landing, some parks ocean views. That's a really great place if you want to have a picnic or just take a walk along the ocean. It's another great one. And then there's Chamel Park. And then the other neighborhoods are Park Hill and Sea Cliff. And so if you are interested in seeing more of the oceanside neighborhoods, then you can check out part 3. And I didn't want to include home prices within this video because I want this video to kind of last for some time. And as you know, the market changes quite often. So if you're subscribed, you can see my weekly market updates where I talk about new listings that come on. I do provide community posts of things that are reduced and that kind of thing, like all the market data that you might need. And then I also do home tours. So you'll see either actual home tours or just the aerial footage that I take when I go to visit the tours, and then always details of homes that I tour that are for sale in the area. So make sure you're subscribed for those updates. And it's a beautiful day here in Cambria. We're headed back towards the ocean, and this video was filmed in December, so you can see that December is a very nice, I mean, most months are nice to visit in Cambria, but if you like a little sun and cloud winter day, then this is for you. So right now we're headed towards Highway 1, and Moonstone Beach Drive is basically on the other side of Highway 1 here. San Simeon to the right. You can get to San Simeon from here in about 5 minutes or so. Cambria downtown to the left in just a couple minutes. And let me know what you think about this video. If you enjoy these driving tours, I'm definitely going to do more. I got to do Morro Bay next. And if you'd like to learn more about Morro Bay, I have some a playlist for Morro Bay going. And so that concludes this tour. Definitely check out part 3, and I'll see you on the next one.